few days, and in fact, for the longest period of time, we have been getting a picture of what Emerson Mnangagwa may be plotting with regards to Kudakwashe Tagwirei, who was co-opted into ZANU-PF. And the realities about Kudakwashe Tagwirei is that there are some members of ZANU-PF who do not want him. For example, retired General Chiwenga has made actually his views pertaining to a man quite clear. And not only that, even some who are seemingly laughing for the man that is Chris Mutswango, they made their actually perceptions known until they were called to order, and most probably false promises were presented to them. Greetings and welcome to your lovely channel, Lihlonipani Global News. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. The first questions to ask is Kudakwashe Tagwirei the preferred successor of Emerson Mnangagwa? Is he planning to actually elevate him to the Politburo and eventually being appointed into one of the line ministries? Is he a replacement of retired General Chiwenga? What is the purpose of these ZANU-PF DCC meetings that are organized, masqueraded as report back meetings of the conference? But the clear picture they are giving is that they are aimed at actually glorifying only one co-opted member of ZANU-PF into Central Committee, and that is none other than Kudakwashe Tagwirei. Kudakwashe Tagwirei has also begun almost doing slogans like Emerson Mnangagwa. Let me just make you listen to one of the slogans that he did. What is the intention of that? Let's just listen to this. Okay. Pasi Nebaya, we know who he is referring to when he said that. We know whom are they. They are referring obviously to all veterans like Blessed Geza, as well as also to retired General Chiwenga when they say Pasi Nebaya. Unfortunately, this is the political of hatred that ZANU-PF has actually made it a culture, something that has to be dismantled. Otherwise, the country will continue to deteriorate. So it's quite clear that Kudakwashe Tagwirei, you see, he is positioned for Mnangagwa has definitely a plan about him, but he is doing so calculatively, risking the lives of individuals such as Goodwill's Masimiremba. Remember, Goodwill's Masimiremba, I've repeated this over and over, going into the Bulawayo conference was at the receiving end of what was transpiring, in fact, within ZANU-PF. I remember his offices were petrol bombed. The incidences that were happening around Goodwill's Masimiremba, who is an Emerson Mnangagwa right-hand man. I understand he was also the prosecutor general during Kukuraonde genocide. So there is somehow a linkage between him as well as also Emerson Mnangagwa being the chief Kukuraondist during that particular time. So now, for the question is, we know that Mnangagwa, it's either he intends to appoint Kudakwashe Tagwirei as the vice president if the 2030 succeed, or he intends to actually bring Kudakwashe Tagwirei as to contest the retired General Chiwenga. That is why, if you look at what Kudakwashe Tagwirei is doing at the moment, it's like a campaign. He is campaigning, going to the ZANU-PF structures. They made donations yesterday. They made donations to Stockville amounting to 200,000 US dollars. It's a very, very small portion of money that would not benefit everybody who was actually clapping hands yesterday in their meeting. But to a single person hearing 200,000, it appears to be a lot of money. But I must attest to you that this is far from being a lot of money. Maybe that event, the money that went into that event maybe surpassed the money that Kudakwashe Tagwirei and obviously other Ugandans, because he said his friends and associates. And we know when he's talking about that he's talking about fellow Ugandans. They are going to be pumping out that money. They promised to drill more boreholes. If you look at those promises, just imagine being promised boreholes in a city. The test of the water from boreholes in a city where sewages runs, all over the place. It means, those boreholes somehow they would be contaminated. And obviously, the ZANU-PF people are applaud to everything. They accept actually everything that ZANU-PF puts on their table without even reasoning or without even questioning it. So, in my view, at the moment, what we are witnessing a Kudakwashe Tagwirei who is busy campaigning. Something big has been promised, definitely, to him. We know that part of it is he has been anointed by Emmerson Mnangagwa to succeed him because Mnangagwa fears being succeeded by retired General Chiwenga. But also remember, I've repeated this over and over, that when it comes to succession issues, it cannot be a proper succession without the support of the war veterans, of which Mnangagwa does not have the support of the majority of veterans. And I must attest to you that I think I've said this over and over. And there are some, not, in fact, obviously, Douglas Mahia, you can tell he is actually in the same bed with Emmerson Mnangagwa. But they, and also, by the way, you cannot trust those people. You cannot trust those people. There are many people in ZANU-PF who are busy at the moment talking for Emmerson Mnangagwa 2030 mantra, whilst at night they are busy plotting on how to get rid of him. You wonder why top secrets of ZANU-PF always actually come out. Top secrets of Emmerson Mnangagwa. I'm sure they are busy doing something. He tries to narrow down the number of people who attend his activities. Retired General Chiwenga absconded some of the activities of Emmerson Mnangagwa. But they are well versed about what happened, what was discussed. The feedback, definitely the other faction would be well versed. It is ahead in terms of information. And this speaks volumes on the support base of Mnangagwa. It is not what we are shown. Remember also during the time of Robert Gabriel Mugabe, those Grace Mugabe interfaces, they were attended by almost who's and who's in ZANU-PF. Even Mnangagwa kept on attending them, even though he was insulted. From the beginning of the statement up to the end, telling him to his face. But because Then he managed to lure the military to support him, which, by the way, was the biggest achievement by himself, though all the people that actually sacrificed their lives to make sure that he becomes president, he turned against them. But the truth of the matter is that he managed to lure them to support him. I must attest to you that I think Mnangagwa's cunning nature, as well as the role that he has played to betray those who put him to power, was realized long time ago. The plotting to remove him, I'm sure it is already in my view and in my books sealed. It's just a matter of day. It's just a matter of day, and it will eventually happen. His time has expired, in my view. Thank you very much for watching us. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very